Really dumb.
You are so dumb. You was really dumb. What's happening, good people? I feel like just one time I just want to do like remember Robin Williams, the comedian, when he did that Good Morning Vietnam. Remember that movie?
We love Robin.
Yeah, this is what happens when you give Key Lolo a microphone. You know, she'd be like, watch out, Cheryl. Oh, 1, 2, oh, what's two? Oh, what's up, Theo? I see you. Oh, weekend. Oh, what's up, the walk? Oh, what's up, LB? I see you, Richie. They like, take that mic away from Key Lolo. What's happening, good people? Welcome to the 40th episode of Planet Pluto Pseudo. We are so pleased to have the one and only, the King of Loc himself, Mr. Thando. I know I'm saying it right. He gonna get me. Kafele, Thando Kafele. Kafele is about to come through the chat in a few moments. But you know, we just gotta say what's up and see how you guys doing out there. We're very, very, very excited. Now, if you are new to this platform and you're like, well, what did I just scroll upon? It is me, your homegirl, Ladosha Wright, aka Key Lolo, is in the heezy. And then right over here, y'all see it right there. There she is. It's the one and only Cheryl Morrow, aka the Hair Oracle. And you are on Planet Pluto Pseudo. This is America's favorite podcast about Afro hair, and you are, you know, just hanging out with us. We specifically have information for licensed professionals. That is particularly what this platform is about. It's a place where cosmetologists, barbers, natural hairstylists, makeup artists, estheticians, you name it, come on and hang out with us. And of course, your hair aficionados. We are on Planet Pluto Pseudo, and if you're fake, you're going to get it. So in other words, it's a hair nerd. You know, if you're a hair nerd, ain't that right, Cheryl?
Nerdo.
You gotta be like a hair. If you're hanging out with us tonight, you're definitely a nerd. All right. And so we're just very excited. A couple of super duper shout outs because the chat. Okay. We really must have a celebrity because the chat is all full of stuff. We got LB. We can always count on LB because she already knows. I do not want Ladosha coming to my house knocking. LB, you coming in the chat? What's up, L? Give me that chicken. So, Lawana, we are just always, I mean, we just love you. So we can't wait to meet you like in person, you know. Also, yeah, we want to meet you in person one day. We just can't wait to just meet you. And then, of course, we have Weekay. I thought to go past you. What's up, Weekay? And we have Richie Shiva. Wait a minute, hold on, Richie. Richie, you kind of fine. Oh, I know I'm saying it wrong. Richie, I'm from the hood. Just don't. Anyhow, Richie, we're just gonna say Richie, you looking real good. What's up? How you doing? And then let me just come on down. Who else we got? I'm coming down the Soul Train line. We got dog. Oh, dog. Okay, what's up, dog? All right. And then we got Theo. All right. Theo is in the chat. What's going on, Theo? He's gonna be joining us next week. So, and look, I left it. Theo, your book did arrive. Okay, so I do have the book. And so I'm going to be checking it out. And so what's up, Selena? Okay, we see you. Selena's in the chat. And then, of course, I got to put her face up because I love her with all of my heart. There she is. Isn't she so cute?
That's our smart. That's our smart one.
Oh yeah, you know Monica. She talks so proper. And Monica, I could just borrow your voice. We probably get more views if I have Monica's voice. I'm gonna tell you right now, this podcast would be off the Richter scale because Monica, she is just so je ne sais quoi. You know, I don't know what that means, but I just want to say that. Okay. How you say it? Say it again.
Most people say with a J, je ne sais quoi. Or they Sinissequin.
Okay. That sounds like my niece. Come here, Sensei. Come here, step down, Sensei. All right. Okay. All right. So, so we are about to go ahead and get started. We're going to bring him into the chat now. Let me just kind of, pump up Mr. Kafele. All right. Now, snap. Hold on. We got Brother Kobe Pasa. Oh, when we get celebrities coming through, Kobe.
Brother.
Kofi's wife, this
valedictorian.
Congratulations to the missus. You know a brother smart when his wife make valedictorian. Kofi, I want to get something for her. So I'll be in touch. I got your phone number and everything. So I love Kofi. He is just a bomb.com.
Such a supporter. We love you.
Yes, we do. We love Kofi. He's with the Mossy Word. Check out the Kofi Pasa TV. As a matter of fact, that's what y'all. Kofi, drop all your information in the chat. People wonder why you so. Ladosha, why are you so smart? Because I be hanging out with Kofi. Kofi know I'm down with him. What's up, Eileen? So what I'm gonna do is tell you a little bit about Mr. Kafele. All right. So I met him last year at the Afro Hair Summit. When I tell you this brother is the bomb.com, he is the com of the dot of the bomb. Okay. He is just all of that. And he has extensive, when I say extensive, I'm talking about extensive education, training, teaching, creativity, world renowned. He got hood credit, street credit, lock credit. You good credit. He ain't got no bad credit though. Hey, Kafele, he in the back. He in the green room like, girl, let me tell him about my business. And so he is going to be who we're going to be interviewing. I love him a lot. He is just, y'all better get ready. Now, if you love your locks, this is the man that you really want. Me and Cheryl be sparring with him like, and Kafele be like, bow down when I come to your town, I know Westward Bound. This brother don't play. So if locks is your thing, then this is the man you want to hear from. And I'm going to pick his brain like, ooh, he's just going to be ready for me. So ladies and gentlemen, let me get my little, Eileen, what's happening, girlfriend? I'm going to put y'all hands together. Come on, y'all stand up, put y'all hands together. I'm about to bring him in. Oh, he's good looking too. All right. So, everybody ready? Going on as I bring him on in. Here he comes. Everybody, let's get ready for the one and only Mr. Thando Kafele. There he is. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. He is just absolutely just killing it. Look at that skin. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, come here, Thando. Come here, little biscuit. Y'all know I love a fine brother. I ain't scared. People be like, I ain't modest. If you ugly, I'm like, UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly. You ugly.
Jesus.
But I'm Key Lolo. Cheryl is just quite. Cheryl will get you together too while she's trying to act all, persnickety. So first of all, Thando, is it Thando? Help me get it together.
It's Thando.
Thando.
The H is silent.
The H is silent.
It's pronounced Tondo.
Oh, Thando. Okay, now.
So, Thando is South African, and it means love. So if you're familiar with the actress Thandie Newton, Thando is the masculine of Thandi.
I kept trying to tell y'all this was gonna be people in Atlanta, so y'all best to get ready, because he is just I mean, oh my gosh. So Cheryl, because you brought him into our circle, because it was just me. Now it's a menage a trois. It was just me and Cheryl, but now she had to bring Mr. Kafele all up in our little friendship here. So tell us, how did you come across Mr. Thando Kafele? So everybody wants a little backdrop. They all in the chat like, oh, we want to know what's up. Give us the skinny on the menage a trois.
Well, I met him when I spent many years in New York, and I think we were at some event at the 4Ws in Brooklyn.
Damn, that's a long time ago.
Oh yeah, and we were all thinner, younger, and just big time. It's about I would probably say it was about 25, 26 years ago, and so we just we came together on that hair cultural tribal black thing, and we just kept in touch. We didn't really, we're the kind of colleagues that did not have to speak every day, but we did speak to each other when we needed to. And so we were always accessible. He could call me, I could call him. And here we are. That's that colleague, comrade respect.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So now we know how Cheryl, came across Mr. Thando. Now he was so kind to travel from, what part of New York are you from, Thando?
I live in Brooklyn.
It's Brooklyn. Brooklyn's in the house. I'm from the old school hip hop era. And every time the hip hoppers from Brooklyn would come up, it would be like a beef between Brooklyn and Cleveland. And Brooklyn niggas is the craziest. That's the one. I was like, okay, what's up? Brooklyn niggas is the craziest. All right. I remember that. So he's from Brooklyn's in the house. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we want you to kind of really give us. Now I have this, he has like one of these majestic, it's actually written in his bio. And I love bios. I'm not going to kind of go through it, but I just want to read the end, and I want to have you take us, how they say, bring it from the top. So just quickly, because people like the bone of fetuses, you know what I'm saying? Kafele is the most decorated loctician in the world. This is no BS. All right. Now, when I say this, guys, I'm not messing around. Okay. I'm telling y'all the truth according to proof. I'm not making this up. He truly is the most decorated loctician in the world and has had his work featured on ESPN and published in Sports Illustrated, Essence, Ebony, Black Beauty UK, New York Times, Elle, the Afro Hair Summit, shameless plug, and so much more. And so I wanted to, and I've been wanting to interview Kafele since I've met him, because he's very intelligent, very passionate. And so, and he's so knowledgeable. And so what I want you to do is like get your ink pens and everything ready, because Kafele is going to break down a little bit, we're going to get a little bit into how did you become a loctician. It's going to be controversial now, y'all. I'm telling y'all, Kafele he's sucker free out here from Brooklyn. So y'all get ready, all right? He ain't scared of King Lolo or Cheryl, okay? So Kafele, give us a little bit about how did you get into locks and what's making you the king, not of locks, but you have the king of Loc. I want to know about that. So take us through how you started from the bottom, now you're here, and why not the king of locks and you got the king of Loc.
So I used to get my hair coiled in Brooklyn back in the day at Knapp's. Knapp's was one of the first natural hair institutions in New York City that was pioneered, founded, created by my mentor, Mr. Ademola Mandela. Knapp's was a place and a space where melanated people could have their natural hair serviced. Knapp's meant kinky and nappy, which then later transitioned into Locs and Chops, where I received my natural hair foundation, education, my my beliefs, my what I stand on, my principles. Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna get to the foundation and the principles. I have my little notebook, but you was so isn't Kafele, what's up, Miss Tiffany? He's all like, I had my education. Him and sure you can tell them educated folks. I'm in the corner hood all about my little worsons, okay? So why are you the king of Loc and not the king of Locs? Let me clear my throat.
The King of Loc is a tribute and an honor to Michael Jackson. So when Michael became the King of Pop, that was an elevation that I wanted to mirror. So in tribute to Michael, the King of Pop, I became the King of Loc. But that conversation started when I was participating in the World Natural Hair Health and Beauty Show in Atlanta. And I was participating in the Loc competitions. And after a series of many, many wins, Miss Marion Council George, another natural hair pioneer, stood up and said, "You're the King of Locs." And I was like, I'm cool with Kafele.
He all modest and ish. You can't cuss too much because I done got flagged on. Man, I got flagged on TikTok. Can y'all believe that? I was talking about number 34, and they was like, I was like, excuse me. So anyhow, I know it's okay, y'all. Y'all know I acted a fool, don't y'all? They was like, you're out of here.
But now that I'm older, I embrace it more. Not that I am the only king, because there are many kings in this industry. There's kings in the barber game, there's kings in cosmetology, there's kings in natural hair, there's kings in makeup, there's kings all over the beauty industry. But I started to really embrace the King of Loc and that posture of leadership, because many, many, many Black men in natural hair can do the mechanical, but very few have stepped into the space of leadership. And the thing about leadership is that leadership is not popular. And so I never came into this industry to be liked. I came into this industry to make a difference. And so as the King of Loc, I move with a certain kind of posture. So one of the things that I normally like to do is that when I come on these stages, I like to say thank you. So I want to say thank you to Dr. Cheryl, and thank you to you, Ladosha, for having me. There's 100 other locticians you could have invited. And these spaces literally keep me alive. They keep me relevant. And I am humbled that you two think that I have something worthy to say with my opinionated ass.
All
So,
right, because I want to let you know you got the opinion. You got the chat is coming through.
Let me
We
tell
we
you,
really appreciate you. Ooh,
opinionated he is. Quite.
yes, opinionated he is. Now remember, now if Locs is your thing, then the King of Loc, not Pop, not Locs, but Loc. Paying homage to the King of Pop. If that's your thing, and this is his game, and as we say, what we say about when you're in the game, we play to win or what? Play not to lose. That's the only way. That's what my daddy told me. There's only two ways to play the game of life: play to win or play not to lose. So let's go ahead on and let's just get diggity deep into the topic of Locs. All right. So the first thing that I want to know, all right. Now, sure, I want to ask you first, then I'm gonna have Kafele come on back, all right. Uh what is a loctician? Do you know
I
what
do
is a
not. Now that you jogged my memory, Kafele, your mentor, Adamola Mandela, was my New York mother's best friend. So there's the connection. I was trying to figure out because when you go into her apartment in the West Village, you had all these books, and this wonderful man named Harold and Adamola used to come to Juliet's house, and I would just be able to just walk in, and I was the one that would say, "Hey, Ma," and I would run, get some food, and she would feed me, and then I would leave. But it would be Harold and Adamola and Juliet Hinton Goolsby in this beautiful apartment in West Village. But I didn't put that two and two together. Um,
I'm sorry. Is this being recorded?
yeah,
yeah?
I saw Harold last week.
yeah.
I saw Harold last week at the BAM festival, Dance Africa.
Wow. You tell him I love him, and to tell him I said, please do make sure that you do tell him
Wow,
that I love him and I miss him.
wow, that's magic. That's magic. Let me
You
just get a
can
little round of applause before we switch it on over and get deep here. What's his name? What's Harold's last name?
Um,
Okay, we just gonna say big up,
and let me just say
big
that
up, Mr.
all of
Harold.
that
Okay,
all of that was ran by Juliet. She was the chef. They did all of Locticians Chops parties, all of their food, and you know, and of course, it all came together obviously through Mr. Morrow, and that's one of the last times because we were doing a tribute to something you asked me and Adamola, and then Princess Brantley and a couple of other people. But it's a closed circle. But let me just say this: Locs are such a a cultural conduit to keeping us culturally with our sanity here in America. And
mm-hmm.
so, it's
Yeah, Locs is it has people like in some kind of a way. It's like a little religion here. So
yeah.
what I want you to do is tell everybody in the chat because I'm all like I know what a magician is. I know what a mathematician is. I know what an electrician is, but I do not know, and I'm a cosmetologist, but what is a loctician? Because you got people, you got some perpetrators, you got some. Remember now, this is planet Pluto pseudo. Because everybody out here claiming they're a loctician, because I'm gonna show you. Let me show you a clip before you tell us what it is. Because this is a gentleman. He's very, very popular. You might even know this guy, being the King of Loc. You might even know him, but he's telling you this is all it takes. If you want to be a loctician, it's just now. I could be, but here's what he has to say on this is what's needed to be a loctician. So Kafele is going to clear it up, but here we go.
My website on how to become a loctician, and you're going to need only 3 things to start. I'll explain it.
Takes us a minute.
My website on how to become a loctician, and you're going to need only 3 things to start. I'll explain it a bit. You're going to need a comb. You might not use it actually because there's some methods that I teach that don't need a comb. You're going to need a spray bottle. You don't need any products. My website on how to become a loctician, and you're going to need only 3 things to start. I'll explain it a bit. You're going to need a comb. You might not use it actually because there's some methods that I teach that don't need a comb. You're going to need a spray bottle. You don't need any products at the moment when you're learning. Then you're going to need one of these mannequins with a stand or a table clamp.
All right. So I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening with our videos lately, but he says, to do locks and become this loctician, all you're going to need is a comb, a little water, and a mannequin because they don't believe in practicing on humans. So that is the loctician starter kit per se. So help everybody understand what is a loctician, because everybody say they want. They be asking me, are you a loctician? I'm like, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. I'm a cosmetologist.
That part.
So who said that?
Who said what?
Who said what you said?
Oh, who said, am I a loctician?
No. Who gave you the instructions for the starter?
I just, I go to YouTube University. Anybody here a student at YouTube University? So I go to YouTube University. This is where all the information is. And so if you go on YouTube, there's a plethora of videos because the public needs to know. This is Planet Pluto Pseudo, and we need to clear it up because I do not like, I don't know, Cheryl going to add her 2 cents. We have issues with people like, claiming to be stuff that they're not. So we need you to help maybe like kind of set the record straight or give us a general, Come on.
Let me just say this. Stop being shy, Thando, please. Cut it out. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's time for you to be King of Loc. Come on.
You want me to?
Yeah, I want you.
What the distinction is?
I want you to be you. That's the question.
What is a loctician?
Yes.
In my opinion.
There you go.
You have to have more than a comb.
Come on now.
And some
drop the bomb, Key Lolo. Drop the bomb, Key Lolo. Drop the bomb. More than a comb, y'all. Come on.
What you have to have is vision.
Oh. Vision.
You have to have vision. You have to have a plan to take care of your people.
Damn. Okay. Y'all right.
And I never talk about what other people don't do. I just talk about what I do. And I feel that in my speaking, that people can create for themselves the distinction between healers and hustlers.
Come on now.
And you can be both.
Okay. That you can.
But I'm not in it for the profit. I am the prophet.
There you go.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I got a little caught.
Now that
Here it goes.
That's my friend.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I got caught up. I got caught up in the moment. I did. I mean, I told you I was taking up. He had me mesmerized because, I'm a fast talker. So he's like, Ladosha hustling ass. Guilty as charged. So he says he is not in it for the profit. He is the prophet. I'm like, hot damn, oh, here we go again.
Right.
Them
And
Brooklyn
he asked
ninjas
the
is
question.
smart, okay?
And he answered the question.
Yes.
Got to have more than what we call technical tools. Damn a comb, some a 99-cent water bottle, okay? And that tacky ass mannequin. You have to have what?
A vision, and you have to have a plan.
You got to have a plan, a vision, love, compassion. You cannot put your hands in anyone's headspace, energy space, without understanding culture, your people, the texture in and of itself. So at the end of the day, a loctician is much more than a technical person. Love it. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Everybody's in the chat. You get the. I'm a little mesmerized. So we're gonna give you a round of applause. Oh, sorry, my hand hit the snake. I'm gonna need me a what you call them people? Help me out, Kofi. I'm gonna need me one of those assistants. Yeah, I'm gonna need me a production person. But anywho, I'm doing pretty good right here. But anywho, you went on ahead and you dropped the bomb right quick to let us know this is what a loctician is, because so many people are caught up, in the styles and the looks, and so I think it gets kind of convoluted, and then it's become so very, very superficial. So now let's just go a little bit deeper, because you said you have to have a vision, you have to have a plan. Now, how would the public know? So here's another clip. I hope it can play. But I'm going to give you guys just in case it doesn't, because I don't want to, hold up Thando's time like this. But just in case it doesn't, here's the clip, because they want to know, what is the difference between a master, loctician and a regular one. So here is her take where she's trying to, what is the difference? So here we go.
If you ever wondered, what's the master loctician? What's the certified loctician? If you ever wondered, what's the master loctician? What's the certified loctician? What's the difference?
What's the difference?
All right. So you have a master loctician and you have a certified loctician, because now this natural hair business is very, very, very lucrative. Now, I'm just going to be honest. Here it comes. Here come King Lolo, okay? And Thando, you already know how I feel. I hate the natural hair. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. I do not like the natural hair people, because they're pseudo. Just so fake. Okay. And I'm not saying cosmetologists or not, but I need you to just kind of help it out. Okay. And so we need to know, because people are, I'm a master loctician. I'm a master barber. I'm a master cosmetologist. So you have master and then you have certified. So what's the difference, and how does the public know? Let's just go there. Master, certified, and are you into titles and all this good stuff?
I'm not into that. My title, the King of Loc, is not self-proclaimed. The community gave me that. And it doesn't have to be disputed, because I put the work in.
Come on now.
It doesn't have to be disputed, because, that introduction that you gave me and being the most decorated is beautiful, but man gives the award. God gives the reward. And so what's important to me is that I have a reputation of taking care of my people. What's important to me is that I have a reputation that I don't think any other loctician has, that I am respected by my cosmetology peers, by my natural hair peers, by my barber peers, by my weave peers. If the beauty industry across the board, if there's one loctician that they know, it's usually me. And so I'm grateful because I just received an award acknowledgement from Bronner Brothers. And to be in the space with my cosmetology peers who they are the real leaders of this industry, and whether they know it or not, those giants inspired me. And those people in cosmetology, those are the people who created the posture for how I move, how I walk, how I talk, the things that I do that's very strategic, like speaking very softly and very strongly at the same damn time. The way you show up in spaces, the way you educate, the way you become a platform artist. Those people in cosmetology created the blueprint and the Bible for me to follow. Mr. Kyle Bullock, Miss Janelle Seeley. There's so many to name, but the cosmetology world, they taught me leadership. They taught me the difference between doing hair in a salon and doing hair on a stage. Right. They taught me the difference between washing hair and shampooing. They taught me the difference between scissors and shears. They taught me the difference between box color and professional color.
So I gotta cut you off. I'm sorry. Okay. But we still need to know how would the public know? Like how would the average person be able to decipher if they have a Kafele or if they have a Kilolo?
Because I get to give you a consultation. You get to give me one too. So the consultation is about you making the request of what you desire from me. The other part of the consultation is me being honest if I could fulfill those expectations. And so I always want clients or potential clients to ask, why are you the best person to do my hair? And I'm going to sell you like a car salesman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I 30 years experience.
So so as the King of Loc, is this the King of Loc as in design, or is this the King of Loc as in hair care? Or is it a combination of them both? Because this particular podcast today, like for the month of June, in case you guys are not aware, okay, in case you guys are not aware, what we are doing for the month of June, this is every Thursday is going to be all men, okay? What Cheryl and I want to do, this is the Brotherhood of Hair, Beards, and Image. We have Hosea Hicks, a cosmetologist. We have right now the King of Loc, sorry about the S, Mr. Thando Kafele. We have Danny Michael, the barber out of Las Vegas. We have Theo Garfield, the cosmetologist. He's also out of San Diego. And then we have Mr. Kenyatta Griggs, aka the Hip Hop Motivator. He kicked off our series. And so what we want everyone on this platform to see is the intelligence, the passion, that other part of what they don't tell you, at the natural hairstyling salons, the hair salons, the barbershops. And so Thando is giving us a wonderful, wonderful backdrop. And so I want you guys to really understand, the importance. And so when it comes to the public, they're trying to, I want me a Thando. And so, but you're not into titles, but people are. So should people buy into the master loctician and the certified loctician, and then Cheryl, I want you to talk about these titles. Okay, so what do you think about, because people are on here, they want to know, like, oh, she got the King of Loc on here. So what does ye say? Should they buy into these titles that a person is saying that they are? And of course, we're going to get into the education, but then sure, I want you to come back and answer that too. And please drop your questions in the chat to make this very, very interactive. Anything you want to know about Locs. So here we go. So should people buy into the titles of master loctician, certified loctician, and what is that, and so on and so forth?
Social media gives you the platform, if you have 50,000 followers, that you can almost buy into anything. But resume speaks for itself, you know? And with 30 years of experience, I don't think you're a professional at anything until you've done your first 20,000 heads. You know, and I've always viewed this lock game as a pizza pie, and very few have tasted more than a couple of slices. So you start as a loctician, you grow into a lock stylist, and most of this new generation gets stuck there. Because they only see locks and style. But there's so many other avenues. You get to be a loctician, you get to be a lock stylist, you get to be an editorial stylist, you get to be a platform stylist, you get to be a competition stylist, you get to work with sports figures, you get to work with celebrities. And there's so many avenues to tap into. But natural hair is not just about style. It's about health. It's about choosing healthy hair and taking care of your people, not just through the scalp, but through the mind, through their psychology, through their hurt, through their misunderstandings. It is getting people to love, honor, and respect the hair that God gave them.
All right. Okay. We'll take that. We'll take it. That's very profound. Very profound. Now, I hope you guys are realizing that now we're not knocking the people who have 50,000 followers, because Cheryl's going to tell you right now, we need 50,000 followers. And so what she wants you guys to do before she gives her take on the on all of these titles, all right, she's going to show you guys, because the chat is looking pretty full. You're holding them in. So Cheryl, let's show them what they need to do to help change the narrative about what the French toast and ham sandwich is, a loctician, and the conversation.
Put their up, and let's do it.
Here we go, guys. All right, so you guys go ahead and hit that. All right, thank you guys so much. Cheryl's such a good teacher. So Cheryl, give us your take on titles, because they're asking me, are you a master? They be asking me that kind of, I'm like, nah, I'm a cosmetologist. I don't know anything about those titles. Cleveland, we don't have the master cosmetologist master. We don't have that. I am a Pharmacy certified master colorist. So I paid, that's education that, but what about these titles that people, they want to be the master, the king, the queen, the so-and-so and so. So everybody want to know, are titles good? Are they good, a way to decipher? So talk to us about titles.
Let's just take cosmetology, right? And so, or any educational discipline, you do have your philosophy, you do have your technical, historic. Sometimes it'll go into life sciences, like Thando said, health. There is a 360-degree division of stages or phases. And if you have successfully probably practiced in some kind of form or fashion all four brackets of philosophy, application, life sciences, history, and things of that nature, and you have combined those. But I think Kafele is quite, how would you know? And, in my opinion, a elevated professional, which we call them masters, or we'll call them senseis, or we'll call them divas, or whatever the case may be. But, you will know because they sell you benefits. They don't sell you features. They never sell you features. They're never going to talk about their hands. They're going to make you feel a certain kind of way when they sit. So you will know just by the first thing he said. He wants you to give him a consultant, a consultation, right? And you're going to have one, which means that he has mastered the level of engagement, customer relations, PR. Most people don't understand PR is not promotions. PR is actually public relations. It's a relationship. And so that's how you're going to know, because he's going to allow you to ask him questions, because he's going to be selling. Being in his chair is this benefit, A benefit, B benefit, C. This is what you're going to get and how you're going to feel and how you're going to walk away. And so that is the level of an expert, or what you call master level.
All right. Okay, I got that. Now, y'all sounded real fancy and all intelligent right here on Planet Pluto Pseudo on our 40th episode with the one and only Mr. Thando Kafele, the King of Loc, not to be confused with Pop. But now that sounds good. Now, all this fancy talking y'all doing, Kafele, how do you compete with this? And what do you have to say about this type? I showed this reel last week.
Real locked up. Real locked up.
Sorry, your opinion.
Real locked up.
Never had a retwist. Or we could go in with the scissors. We had to soften it up. We thought everything was going well, but I'll let JJ tell you the rest.
Alright y'all, so this is JJ Law, guys. So here I am trying to cut through his hair. As you can see, it is very tough. That thing will not budge, okay? I'm trying to do a detox, trying to soften up the hair a little bit. I even had to have help because, it was a lot. So I am washing it, another detox, just to soften it up some more, because that thing felt like I had a boulder. Alright, so we had to whip out the blade, as you can see. You see that? We had to use a lot of product in his hair, y'all. Like, we had to do like 3 detox, like 5 shampoos. Like, it was crazy. Going in with the retwist, he wanted 2 strand.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I don't say anything.
Did you see it? You didn't see the video?
Wow.
Did you see it, Cheryl?
Of course I did.
What you mean you didn't see it, Kafele? What you looking
I
at?
don't see it.
Okay, so you were just seeing us?
Did everybody in the chat see the video? Please let me know if everyone in the chat, did you see the video? Let's give it a few minutes.
That's
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's really good piece. Would love to get your opinion on it. Did they see it? They did.
Yeah, everybody saw the video. Do you have a cell? You got another phone? What are you on? Are you on your computer or are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone.
You're on your phone? He should have still been able to see it.
Yeah, you should.
Everybody saw it. Okay, well, here, let me just break it down. So there's a gentleman who he is the Loc god, and he is using food Goya oil. He's using
Lemon juice,
lemon juice.
soda.
He's also using, I think it was apple cider vinegar and baking soda.
Lemon juice.
And the guy's lock was about as solid as this microphone here. He had not, and the ends were kind of out. So talk to us about putting food on hair, because I need to know. I mean, you're the king of loc. What's going on in this? Talk to us. What is loc detox? How do you care for locks, and what? Talk to us about this.
I'm a natural hairstylist.
Okay.
I believe that we should use natural products on our natural hair. I also believe that everything that we use cannot be natural. And there are things that are not natural that we use to assist us with the molding and the shaping and the styling of natural hair. But just because something is not natural, it doesn't mean that it's harmful. And so I feel that natural products should be a priority, but to also have the understanding that there are things that we may use in the shaping and the sculpting of natural hair, like maybe a heavy wax or maybe a hairspray. If you're on a photo shoot, you may want to sleek the hair down, or I like spray color,
But can you put, are you for putting eggs and baking soda and lemon juice and are you for putting that type of food in a business on hair as a service and calling it a detox? Now, this is your opinion.
So a lot of people will say they don't use beeswax because it has the possibility of caking. But beeswax is natural. So there's no way that you, as a natural hairstylist, say or speak that you don't use beeswax and you use Paul Mitchell. And so, yes, beeswax does have the possibility of caking. But what if you just use a pinch? What if you just use a pinch of shea butter? So you're going to tell me the whole Rastafarian movement that used beeswax was wrong? It's a natural product. Some things you have to use sparingly or not use it at all. But as a natural hairstylist, you can't tell me that you don't use beeswax and you use, I didn't mean to.
But what about lemon juice, baking soda, oil, eggs? What about that on hair?
I know the elders of hair used to use eggs and mayonnaise as conditioners. I remember my mom and my grandmother doing that. But it was something that you rinsed out or you shampooed out, that it had a type of conditioning effect. When it comes to detox and lemon juice is acid. I don't believe in putting acid on the hair unless you want to put it in a spray bottle on your locks and try to lighten your hair or give highlights without a chemical color. I don't knock detoxes, but I'm old school. I believe in the power of shampoo. I believe that shampoo was created for a reason, and we need to make use of it. So when people who desire detox, you put a stopper in the shampoo sink, and you fill up the shampoo bowl, and you let the locks soak. Shampoo, and everybody likes the peppermint bronzer situation. That's great if your locks need that extra type of cleaning. But I want people to understand that that peppermint soap is a soap. It's not a shampoo. People use it as a shampoo, but it's a soap. And the distinction or the difference between a soap and a shampoo is that shampoos were made for our hair. That soap, you can clean your cat box, you can clean your car, you can clean your phone, you can clean your walls, you can clean anything with it.
So you're saying, because y'all see what he did, he kind of went like this. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying in its proper context, certain foods are okay on hair, in your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheryl, you say?
And I think this is an unfair question, only because my understanding is just different. But I will say,
this is a tough interview right here on Planet Poodle Pseudo, guys.
Yeah, well, because he didn't get to see the video. My question, before I even just try to give an answer, my question is why would something natural need to be detoxed?
Oof. Let me throw this phone out the damn window.
So I can understand it.
Let me answer that question. Okay. So your hair may need to be detoxed if you have the flu. If you're fighting sickness and there's a smell and you feel that there is sickness in your hair. If you live in New York City and you work in the transit system and you're in the tunnels and you're around dust and grime and that kind of stuff, why would your hair need to be detoxed? If it's
natural.
If it's sweaty, there are things, if you're using cheap products.
Okay. So Cheryl, he kind of ran it down. Everybody's in the chat like, whoa, okay. So my brother keeps saying he's all in the chat. Whatever they want to do, just put it on there. If they want some ketchup and mustard and some peanut butter and jelly, some yogurt, go on and put it on there. Now, I'm just going to tell y'all know Kilolo, I don't like any of it. I cannot tell you how many people have come into the hair salon and they watch Dr. Oz and they had someone on there who told them to put yogurt in their hair. And, people actually tried this stuff. And I'm like, no. All this shea butter and the coconut oil craze, which just was out of control with people putting all this coconut oil. So Cheryl, take it away. We're at 11:02, and we got 2 more questions. I don't want to keep you guys over.
Only 2?
Yeah, well, it's 11 o'clock. We don't want to keep people here all night. You're talking to real, you got them going. But Cheryl, hit them up, and you say what about food on hair, detoxing? Help us out.
I really, without me even going, like you said, because of the sake of time, and that's what we all talked about in the Afro Hair Science Summit, and we'll expand on it. But cosmetic grade and food grade, herbal grade, natural sources created into cosmetics. I don't think we understand it. And so what we intend to do, and it's not that, like you said, it's not like lemon juice. Now it may make the hair tangle more, because of acid makes the hair contract. So it is the young man's choices of why he did it, not the fact that the subject of the bottle, just lemon juice or apple cider vinegar or a shampoo,
Baking soda.
is baking soda, which is an alkaline. Not the fact that. So let's just say he put on an alkaline soda, and then he puts a acidic lemon juice. That is his ignorance. He didn't know that those are two opposites of the pH scale, but he was trying to cleanse, and because he could not and he did not, and see, and that is where we were talking about the master level in terms of he needed to know the difference between those two, and he could not make that. He was just dumping stuff because he probably was skeeved out, and he didn't.
He was watching YouTube. We gonna tell the truth according to proof. He saw that, because do you guys teach that in the world of Loc education, Mr. Kafele?
Do we teach what?
To put baking soda and lemon juice and apple cider vinegar and Goya EVO extra virgin olive oil. Do you guys teach that in any class?
So I have an understanding that the apple cider vinegar and the baking soda has the possibilities of changing the pH of the hair. I'm not a fan of it. People may ask the request of a detox, and what they get is a shampoo.
Okay. All right. Well, now we have Richie. Richie is in the chat, and he wants to know, it's only food if you eat it, right? For example, if we consume Coca-Cola, but we can also use the Coca-Cola to strip rust off of metal. So would you say Coca-Cola is a food, or is it a rust remover? All right, Richie, with your fine ass. Girl, and drop the knowledge in the chat. Are you get where he's going with that, Cheryl?
I do understand it, but here's the question. The question
is Coca-Cola a food, or is it a rust remover? That's pretty foxy.
So I understood what he said, but I didn't understand what he said. And so I understood that we know that Coca-Cola has the possibility of removing rust, but that's not what we use it for.
He said it could be. Right? Right?
Nobody's trying to remove rust. Why would you want to remove rust? So it's something that you saw on the movie Good Hair. But it's like, it has to make sense. One of my favorite quotes by Judge Judy is, if it doesn't make sense, it's usually not true.
And let me just say this. There's a lot of other things that would also remove rust, because rust is usually a surfactant causation of deoxidizing and other things. But the key here is for us to not talk about it out of context so we get confused. So soda softens, lemon juice contracts, makes it harder. And the choices that the young man made in the video, which we can just use, is that once we confused food grade of a fragrance, it's not the essential oil version of the fragrance, but the essential oil, though it comes from a natural source, is not conducive for skin. And so that is what Kafele is saying. It is your choice of use for the certain type of thing that you need. Essential is not industrial. It's not food, but it comes from a thing that could be used as a food. So let's just say you have a peppermint, but once you start getting into the essential version of the peppermint, don't eat it. It causes liver damage, and then you need to be detoxed from the peppermint version of an essential oil. But
I wish.
So
I wish social media had a button that would charge people to be on these platforms. Because if people had to pay to make comments or to create content, then
That would force them to be more accurate, you think?
And more responsible. And
I don't know, because the person with the most money, would be able to make up a whole bunch of hocus pocus. So I think what we need is Planet Pluto Pseudo. We need these platforms right here to call these busters out on their bull fragger pagger knackle.
But again, I don't believe in calling people out.
You have to. How will the public know? The public needs to know you cannot at will. You can, but the consequences is yours to bear. We do need to have a united, front, hence education, hence licensure, some way to let the public know that there is a safe space and a place and a person who will make, good judgment and use the science to help you. So you do have to call them out, because I didn't say name names. I said these are situations. These are not the people, because like she said, I don't think this gentleman has any clue about the science of baking soda and lemon juice and so on and so forth. So we would never attack a person. But the logic needs to be called, because this platform, the chat is full of people, licensed professionals as well, who they don't talk about this stuff. People just kind of make it up. As I learned this from Cheryl, they make it up as they go along, and they need to know there's a gatekeeper out here. They have it in the world of cosmetology. It's called the cosmetic groups. They are the unofficial gatekeepers of the industry. Cheryl and I, we're the official gatekeepers of the barber, beauty, nail. We're the gatekeepers to say, hey guys, buyer beware. Here's some more information. We don't have it all, but you know what? We bring on experts like Mr. Kafele to help hash it out. So we need to have something, because the public, like you said, we have to care. I do not like working in the salon, seeing so many men and women and children coming in, being ripped off from pseudos. And no one's holding these people accountable. They need a platform to know where to go to get the facts. And you say what, Mr. Kafele?
We don't need to the public. You cannot assume that everybody is on the basketball court playing with the same skill. I never have to create a distinction between me and another stylist, especially when Loc gods speak like disciples. I want people to use their consciousness. I want them to think outside of what they think. I want the industry to take on a mentor. Stop this conversation about you were self-taught. You were inspired by somebody. Please, millennials and Gen Zs, please learn something before you.
So we're saying the same thing.
Yes, but you don't have to call them out.
I didn't say call them out. I said the situation. No, we're not calling the people out. People need to know exactly what you just said. They need to know exactly what you just said.
The leaders of the industry, the giants of the Bronner Brothers show, and the what was the show that just passed? Premiere show, the IBS show, the giants and the leaders of the industry, they have not changed. These millennials do not desire to be in leadership. They just desire to have followers. Our industry.
Yeah, I beg to differ.
We didn't name one leader in the Gen Z community who has stepped into leadership.
Well, I have I will tell you one. She's not quite ready for leadership, but I sent Cheryl a letter, and this is why we need to have these platforms.
I wanted you to name one.
I'm going to put her name. Her name is Miss Sabrina Howard. She's a young lady who she wrote me this beautiful letter, and she stepped up, didn't she, Cheryl? And she is looking for the direction and the guidance to ascend and to grow. You know, the young people are there. Would you not agree in the chat?
Let's ask a better question, because if you ask the wrong question, the answers are irrelevant.
All right, wait, y'all with us, chat?
The question is, and this is not to you. Well, it is, because you are my colleague and you are a professional, Kafele, and you are the King of Loc, and this is to you, Ladosha. The question is, who have you made a leader? Who have you passed it on? Because you got a whole bunch of packed inside your head, inside your arms, inside your body, inside your consciousness, inside your knowledge. What and who? And don't ask me you ain't seen them, because you have.
So
have you taken to the side? No, sir. No, sir. Who have you taken to the side? Okay. And said, I like what you're doing. The same thing Ademola Mandela did to you. So we're going to have to do it to them. And at the end of the day, we have to make them hear us, because we are not going to be here forever. So, and I know they are, they present a challenge for us. They do. However, we are the progenitors and the predecessors. And so my point is, you will not be king all the time. There will be one young person who comes and kick your ass and do it, and to the point where it will make you cry and proud at the same time. So the question is, who are we making leaders?
That's right. Look, hey, hold on. We got Sir Pooh is in the chat. Hold on, everybody. I'm sorry. We got to put y'all hands together for Cleveland's one and only coming through on the. All right, we got Sir Pooh came through. I think we got Instagram, by the way, is rocking it out. So Sir Pooh is one of Cleveland's premier hair designers, and he can tell you a thing or two about, you know, having people come in and take his place. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I had a hair salon, to Cheryl's point. Knew nothing about wrapping hair, nothing at all. I mean, I got my license, okay? Who comes in and teaches the entire salon how to wrap hair properly? He's the king. He is, I'm telling you, you come to Cleveland and you say, Sir Pooh, hey, bow down when I come to your town. So that is a very, very, very good point, is that we have to pay it forward, though I didn't ask it quite so sure. I appreciate that. But that's where we're going. The platform here, we want everybody to know is that when you go to a show like the Premiere and the Bronner Brothers, the Bronner Brothers did talk about this, because Cheryl did a wonderful job. They had a beautiful forum. I'm not quite sure about Premiere. It's a little conservative. I don't think you're going to get this type of a conversation out of a Premiere, because that's a whole nother segue or segment or whatever into the barber and beauty industry. But we need to have these very important conversations, because we're professionals and the public, to me, is at risk. And so I had you to come on so that people can be able to know, maybe not necessarily decipher, but we do have professionals in the chat. And so what is their role? And Cheryl just pointed out, we need to be, I know I am, when I work in that salon, I'm training for them to take it over, and they know it. I'm like, no.
They must know it.
Yeah,
they must know it.
So, Dr. Murrow, this is my challenge.
Okay.
When I mentor people, and mentor is the man who takes you on a tour. When I mentor people, it has to be a two-way conversation. I can't just influence you. I need you to create impact. So I have influenced and mentored and coached many stylists. The thing that scares me is that out of all the stylists that I've influenced and inspired, I don't know if I can name any that has took the cultural baton. So I stand on culture. I don't say two-strand twist. I say Nubian twist. I'm not a hairdresser. I'm your African groomer. I'm your self-esteem specialist. I'm always in cultural clothes. I don't have conversations about hair unless culture and health is included. And I have not found yet that one stylist that embraces culture and the cultural practice.
Okay. Everybody in the chat like, oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack. It's on fire now. Okay, now, Cheryl, what you say when you just can't find. Now, me, myself, I'm going to give you my perspective. Now, we do have, like I said, the chat is full of cosmetologists and barbers. I see y'all showing out tonight, okay? But I say they are going to take it and do something totally different. Like, you know, I mean, you should see what these, perfect example. I'm just going to cut through the chase. We're in the salon and we're trying to figure out how can we grow our YouTube, you know, our Afro hair science channel. And so I'm just calling Cheryl. And Cheryl said, watch out. Here she go. Here she go. What the hell you keep calling me for when you got them kids up in there? Talk to the kids. I said, oh, excuse me, hair oracle. So I talked to the youth and they said, why don't you guys have a YouTube channel specifically for cosmetology and barbering and nail tech students? Duh, George. Could you tell me about the house again, George? And so guess what? A podcast was born and it's called, and she came up with the name. And she said, so you think you can do hair? Because everybody in school swear they can do everything that you can do, everything that Cheryl can do, everything that Sir Pooh can do, everything that Theo can do. All of these cosmetologists in the chat, you do have these, well, we call them new jacks. They can do it better than us. So she said we should do that. We should have it during lunchtime when the cosmetology students are having breaks. So it was a student who saw things totally different. So that's going to be my response to that. And then Cheryl, you say because he says, I can't find anybody who's going to be, you know, and that cultural significance is what he's talking about. But to me, I say the youth are going to see something totally different that we don't see. So Cheryl.
We are truly our parents' kids. I think from a generation, you can look at our, but the young, late millennial and Gen Z, they're different. We know that. Okay. They've got a lot of sources and they do know, and I do believe that they know how vulnerable they are. They know that they are a Google. They're one Google from flunking life. They do know that. But the student is ready. The teacher will appear. The teacher is ready. So will the student. And you have to be more compassionate, Thando. They don't know what they don't know. And you are asking a generation of young people who are so egotistical in what they think they know because Google tells them. All they have to do is just look up something. But I do think that they know that they're lacking something. And I do think that there are some that know how vulnerable and ill-prepared they are. And so the high art of culture and what you are talking about is so elevated. And it shouldn't be elevated. So I think that we probably, Thando, we're probably going to have to start younger. So they're probably going to have to be 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18, 19. And so where their dispositions and their attitudes are so much more curious to where you probably won't get rid of them. And so you probably are going to have to make an impact there and not so focused on the 25, 30-year-olds that probably got life going on and a lot of other things going on. So we're going to have to, as the progenitors, pick our successors that are very, that are ready to be involved. We have to find ways because, we could like complain all day, right? Because I definitely know what you're talking about because I was on my way home to even do the podcast and I was just talking about and telling one he was a dodo bird. So I believe me, I know. But when we want to pass on a generation of knowledge, whosoever will. But I think our spirits have to be open too because our level of frustration is up there and I get it.
Wow. All right. I think.
Dr. Cheryl.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Most of the time, I feel like I'm in the twilight zone.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand the disconnect that Black people have with culture. Like Africa or being African doesn't mean that I'm from the continent. Africa is a state of mind. And it shows up in the way you sing, in the way you dance, in the way you cook, in the way you make love, the way you praise God, the way you do hair. It shows up in your name, Thando Kafele. It shows up in the way that you dress, the way that you talk, the way that you forgive, the way that you give grace. And I just feel that I'm glad people are doing locks. I'm glad people are embracing natural hair by any means necessary. But you can't forget the foundation. And so that's why when people say, oh, Kafele, you're one of the best. I never desired to be the best. I want to be the standard. And the standard never changes. Luther and Whitney will always be the standard of good singing, no matter how many other singers could sing better than them. And so I don't want our culture to be gentrified. I want people to perform and create beautiful braided hairstyles. But I want them to have the understanding that this hairstyle can only be worn by women who's about to give birth. I want this lock style to have meaning that only kings in Mali can wear this on Mondays. Our culture has meaning, just like the dashiki, just like our names, just the way we ornament and decorate our hair.
All right.
I got the remedy.
Okay, all right. So let me juice it up now. Hold on.
I got the remedy. I know how you can kill it.
Hold on now. Wait a minute. This chat is like.
I know how you can kill it.
All right.
I know how you can kill it.
All right. So hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay, so everybody in the chat like they don't understand culture because he done blew me back with you can't wear this style on the Monday and the Tuesday. You gotta have a so
okay. So
wait a minute. Kofi that came through said yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. All right, everybody like come on Thando, come on Kafele. Here comes Cheryl with her smile. Okay, come on Cheryl, let me go. Hey,
okay, here we go.
Everybody get their notebooks out. Wait a minute, Cheryl. Everybody get a minute. Everybody, Sir Pooh, you got your notebooks ready?
Okay. Now, Thando, you ready? What did your mentor do that you have not done? You know what that is.
What
What has your mentor done that you have not done?
I don't know.
Write the damn book.
I knew you
Write
were
the
going to say that.
damn book. Write the damn book. Write the damn book.
What?
You got your mentor's book on your coffee table somewhere in your house. I know you do. Mr. Merle wrote the freaking book. Write the book so you can leave it when you go away from this earth. Some kid somewhere is going to find that book, and that book is going to talk to them, and they're going to walk in your footsteps. I don't give a damn if it's one person. That's not your job to want to create 15 million of you. That's not your job to decide that. But it will be one child, one black kid somewhere that will be so impressed that you will change their life forever, and you won't even be here. You won't ever meet them. Your job is to write the book. So now, after this, if that book ain't written by, it don't say coming soon, 2025, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Do your part. Make your mark. You're decorated. You've done the work. You're knowledgeable. You know what to say, and you know what these kids want to hear. You know what they have to hear. You know what they must hear. You're teaching them course.
And you already have someone in the chat that's saying, I'll read the book if he writes it. Sir Pooh, now you already know. To be honest, he said, I'm damn sure he needs to write a book. We have Kofi Pie is in the chat, okay? He is a publisher. He is an author. Kofi, I hate to put you on the spot like this. You know, I know he's like, Ladosha, don't be saying that, but he's a brother that will work with you. I mean, with your writing and your money. This is his family. This is what they do. They have an entire platform. And this is why I said, now you see what I was saying. We need to have this platform because you need that book, because what Cheryl said, you know, that's what she said. I don't even want to repeat it because she just got it all down to a science. But you should, Kafele, everybody's in the chat saying, you should write it. Also, they said, let's hear it for the hair oracle. So let's give her a big fat round of applause.
Let's
here
do
you
this.
go, right here.
And your next career as you retire. Okay, this is your path retire. There should be a locked magazine, and you need to write that damn book. At the end of the day, that's why we're all on here, because we're all professionals. I'm gonna push you to it, and I hope you push me further, because I am in shit. I got a whole bunch of shit in the queue, a whole bunch of shit in the vortex, and you know when the universe push you, you don't want them to push you.
So with that being said, before we let you guys up out of here, this time everybody, the chat is on fire. With that being said, our book of the month, Cheryl, you just always right on time. Always on time whenever you call. Here is our book of the month. Bam! It's The Secret. All right. This is for you, Kafele, and all of you guys who now remember we have the Hip Hop Motivator. Mr. Kenyatta Griggs was on with us last week, and he kind of got us going. And so this book is a super duper affordable. I'm talking about like under $25. You can probably get it for free somewhere. Okay. So here you go. The Power of Your Mind, Kafele. And to anybody's in the chat, all you licensed cosmetologists, Cheryl just put us to task. We have to be ready to pay it forward. And we don't think we can connect with the people who knows what's needed. Cheryl says that we can write a book so that we can tap into these young people. Okay. Here you go. Michael Bernard Beckwith on The Power of Your Mind. You attract to you the predominant thoughts that you're holding in your awareness, whether those thoughts are conscious or unconscious. That's the rub. There you have it. It's already in you. It's what they say, ashe, ashe, and ashe. And so it is. So tonight, Mr. Kafele, you came on as the King of Loc. You wooed everybody with your statements about passion and culture. You've already set the tone. The titles are, maybe the titles are come and go, but you got to make sure that it's all about the essence and what that person is bringing and how they are allowing you to communicate to them first before you let these people in your hair, because locks are not about a hairstyle. Okay, that is not what it's about. So he's already made that abundantly clear. So we've learned so much. Thando, any closing thoughts on locks? Maybe some tips, like if you could just tell anybody a quick, like, this is what you don't want to do for your locks. Oh, Thando's crying.
No,
are you sure?
No, something's in my eye.
Oh, we really.
I know something better be in your eye, like that book. I know that. I know that much.
So
I can see the book tour. I can see you going across continents. You got to take the same footsteps Mr. Morrow took and all the giants before you. It's good enough for them. It's good enough for you, sir.
What's the senators, or was he a congressman that passed away and took all the stuff with him? John Lewis. He passed away in that seat, and he did not, that happens to so many people that are aging, and they leave nothing behind, and they don't prepare the youth to take their space, and we have to do it. Hey, listen here. We're not going to be here. Dr. Morrow gave it to me. I looked at the man who I patterned, he and Olive Benson, two people. I got a chance to look them in their face. I gave this man my word. I will not leave planet Earth without doing the extended work of Dr. Morrow, which is to make sure Afro hair science gets into this education. And this is what I am doing. So, Thando, you have to do it. You have to do it. It's really, really important.
I remember Miss Olive Benson.
Yeah.
She was me attending these cosmetology shows. She would always nudge me and compliment my work. And I was always enamored by these hair giants that saw me and always gave me a word of encouragement.
Well, you got the daughter right here telling you. You have Richie saying, Thando, got to lock my hair before he gets fully immersed into writing this book. I heard that. Richie like, hold on, not to wait a minute now. Everybody's in the chat saying, you know what, you've got to do it. And I don't know if Kofi Pie is still in the chat, but I will connect you with him. But, you can make this happen. Sir Pooh, I already got your back, Sir Pooh. We can write that book tomorrow. I know you sit down, Sir Pooh, and I got you faded, boo-boo. I'd do anything for Sir Pooh because he helped his sister out, and he and Chris Blue, I'm telling you, these people are wonderful. So Thando, give us a closing thought as we wrap this up. Oh, sorry.
Thank you for having me. I think there's nothing more important than to say thank you and I'm sorry. I want to share before I leave that there are a ton of Black women like Dr. Cheryl and Miss Wright who fight on my behalf. And because of the other Black women, the many, many Black women who fight on my behalf, I will be the first Loctician to have a residency at NYU this fall.
So why are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. I'm creating distinctions.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So I will be
because we just did the speaker. No, I know you wanted that. I know you wanted that, right? So for in this moment, it came true, sir.
Right. And you know
So
what? When you're in that university, I mean, I know I'm not saying you're not familiar with the university, right? But you do know that those professors, they write their own books for the students to buy. I'm telling you that my life has changed exponentially. I don't have a New York Times bestseller. I have a self-published book, and Kofi is in the chat and he says he's got your back. I have a self-published book about what they don't tell you at the hair salon. It kind of reads like a book report. I'm not ashamed of it because it was written, for everyday people, like a magazine. But this book has literally taken me around the world. That book and my children's book, you must write the book because these are our stories. These are people out here who are making stuff up because we didn't write it down, because there's no proof of it. And so we need your knowledge in the book so that the other youth can take it, expand on it, grow it, because Theo was in the chat saying leadership is a process. And your book could be a part of that process, as is Dr. Willie Marvel's book. So Kofi is in the chat. I will introduce you guys and I will help. I would make a financial investment to help. I would commit to helping you out because I believe in you. I do. I believe in you. Cheryl, close us out like you always do. This was a bomb. You guys rocked it out. They rocked it out almost 2 hours. Jesus Christ. Cheryl, close us out.
When we talk about generational wealth, this month in my newspaper, we're going to focus on changing it from generational wealth to wealth generators. And I want you to understand that at the end of the day, all of us in the chat, all of us who are listening, who will listen tomorrow and next week, Ladosha, Thando, all of us, unfortunately, we cannot pass on our work. You can't pass on your hands. They die with you. So it doesn't give a shit on how good you were. You can't pass it on. So you must get it out of your head and put it on paper so people can buy it and enrich you. That's Africa's gift, to enrich you on the subject of Afrocentricity, Afrocanity, whatever it is in your mind, because you can't pass on your hands. I'm sorry, you have to take those with you and your talent. But you can, what you comes from your heart, you can pass that on. So let's get to it. And thank you, brother, for spending a wonderful moment with us. You know I love you very much. We are of the same tribe, and let's go make a better world. Thanks to you, Ladosha, as well.
Oh, I just want to thank everybody in the chat. We appreciate you all so much for talking about all of our hair professionals and, of course, our fellow hair aficionados. You guys are doing a wonderful job at helping us change the narrative about what is a loctician. And for sure, you have most certainly walked away. A loctician is not a person who's sitting up there palm rolling, coiling and combing and designing. That's just you're only at the beginning. And so we need to hold these people to those standards and look for that passion, look for that, whatever their culture is, look for it and make sure that you're going to interview that person. Don't let them consult you. Mr. Kafele says you must do the consulting. It can't be just a one-way street. I think that's absolutely wonderful. We're going to be back next week. Remember, this week is all about the brothers. Shirley and I, we really want you guys to see Black men in hair in a different facet. And I'm not saying they're not doing a good job out here, but me and Cheryl said we could do it better. Ain't that right, Cheryl? We harder than hard. That's a bit soft, courageous, and contagious. So you better break north. All right. So we're gonna be back next week. with Theo Garfield. All right. Now, I cannot wait to have him on. I met him in San Diego. We are a part of the Relaxer Advocates. Bold brother. I just found out that he's also a comedian. I don't know how I missed that. He's going to talk about the life of a male psychologist. And then also we are going to have Danny Michael, the barber. He's going to be talking about beards, ingrown hair, and shaving. And then last, we're saving the best for last, and that's Hosea Hicks. Cheryl, is he also out of San Diego? I'm not quite sure where
Nah, he's in Columbus, Georgia.
Okay, he's in Columbus, Georgia, and we're going to talk about why do clients prefer male hairstylists. I have a male hairstylist who works with me in the hair salon, and I'm telling you right now, man, those women are like, I just want that because that spritz is just spritz. What's up with that? I just want to know, why do people prefer men over women in the beauty industry? Okay, I mean, I'm like, what's going on? Ted Gibson is the man. Thando is the man. Ladosha, sure, we over here like stepchildren. What the French toast is going on? So that's our lineup for June. Remember, it is all about what? The brotherhood of hair, beards, and images. Big shout out to Mr. Kenyatta Griggs. He is the Hip Hop Motivator. Go back and check out our interview with him as he helped us understand what is professional hair. Kafele, I can't find any words to describe how much you helped us get into that spiritual side of Locs, because I was ready for it, because you know I'm Kilolo, I'm real ghetto. You know, if like I said, UGLY, you ain't got no alibi. You ugly. You ugly. And Mr. Kafele said that is not African. That is very shallow, very superficial, and that's why you Kilolo. And I get that, but I'm not gonna be that way no more. No, I'm not. I'm not going to be like that. We can't be doing that. Kafele said it is not about that.
Right.
So, we appreciate you guys very much. We'll be back Monday, and we're going to talk about when to cut those little babies' hair. Everybody want to know when to cut my son's hair. So Cheryl's going to help us out. How can everybody find you? You're all in the chat. People want some hair appointments. How can people find you, Mr. Kafele?
They can find me on Instagram, the King of Loc. They can find me this weekend at the men's wellness event happening in Brooklyn. I will be servicing Black men with locks complimentary, no charge, to support their wellness and their self-esteem. And this fall, I will have a residency at NYU teaching natural hair and locks from a cultural perspective.
Congratulations, my brother. Love you. Absolutely.
Man, I wish I could take that course. What college are you at again?
NYU. The prestigious NYU.
Now here, not Cuyahoga Community College.
No. He
said NYU. All right, so that's where you can find them. Go to Instagram right now, and I want you guys to go ahead on and hit that like button and follow him over on Instagram. You can inbox him and get on his last nerves. That's what I do. Okay, I'm ghetto. I be like, I called you. All right. Okay, guys. We thank you guys so much. You know exactly what we say when we're signing out. You're going to love this one. Okay. You ready, Kafele? This for my mama and my daddy. Okay. Whenever I would cry, like, I got to be on my report card. Shut the hell up. No. This is what my parents would say. Whenever I would complain about life, just, they would say, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Thank you guys so much. Sir Pooh, I got you. We going out to dinner. We're going to have to talk about that book. Kafele, I'm going to make sure you meet Mr. Kofi Pieside. You will not be disappointed. I give you my word. And I'm going to give you I will invest in you. I believe in you. I love you very much. Cheryl, we ain't without you.
I love you.
I love you so much. All right, guys. We'll see you back next week on Planet Pluto Pseudo. Deuces.
dumb. You are really dumb.